Okay everyone, welcome to the Supplement Review Blind Pre-Workout Challenge. As far as I'm aware, this has never been done anywhere in the world on any channel, so I'm really excited to bring this to you. We've got 4 testers and we've been giving them different pre-workouts every week for a month. They don't know what they are, they don't know what's in them. Now, the idea behind this test is to get them to test these products based on their merits rather than their perception of the brand or their ingredients or their panels. So, what are we giving them to test? First week is Maximum Carnage by Alpha Neon. When we reviewed this, everybody loved it. Rick was impressed with the formula and I really enjoyed the product as well. Now, week 2 is Defib. This has been one of the biggest products so far. Great panel, expecting big things from this product as well. Now, week 3 is Warrior Rage. It is a pre-workout, so shit, I make memes about it. Don't take it from me. Watch this.
Now this I can answer. This dog shit.
And week 4 is our US import product. That is Ghost Legend from the Ghost Lifestyle brand. Generally rated as a pretty decent product. Now, we've had our testers keeping a video diary for the month where they're testing these products, and it's going to be really excited to see what they come out with and which ones they prefer. Now, what are we expecting from this? Weeks 1 and 2 should walk this test. They are objectively the best products there. They should be the ones that get picked. This is the Blind Pre-Workout Challenge. Let's go to the testers.
So here we go, week 1, day 1 of a blind testing for a supplement review. Interesting one because we've got absolutely no idea what's been sent to us, so let's give this a bash. Nice taste. It does kind of taste like an apple with possibly a twist or something else, I'm not sure. Hoping for big things, long day, so let's see how this goes.
So today is day 1 of the blind supplement trial. Smells a bit limey taste wise. It's definitely a hint of lime. Not too sure what it is, but we'll try this throughout the week and we'll see how we get on.
It's really tasty. I still can't figure out what flavour I'm drinking, but it's really easy in the mouth. In the gym, it's not wowed me. It's made heavier weights feel more effortless. I don't know, just kind of comes across as a bit average to me.
Week 1's pre-workout, nothing to it. I got a tiny bit of energy, tiny bit of focus. Didn't seem to do much more than that. Try again on Saturday, see if it does something.
So my thoughts on week 1, very disappointing. Little fizzle, little tingle, about 10 minutes after taking the product. But as for enhancing my performance in the gym, initially maybe the heavier weights felt more effortless, but that was it. Like, no highs, no pumps, but it tastes good.
So yesterday was the second time using the week 1's pre-workout. It was a pretty good session, however I couldn't feel the pre-workout working at all. Very disappointed, and I'm intrigued to know which one it is. 2 more goes on it and see if it improves, I suppose.
Okay, so here we go with the end of the week conclusion on the blind testing for week 1 of a pre-workout. It's not a pre-workout I would look to use on a regular basis. Only thing I did have on the 4th session, for me I've not really noticed an awful lot from this pre-workout. Nothing obvious anyway, and to me, if I was going to supplement with a pre-workout over a coffee, it needs to be a standout in that sense, and I've not had that from this product.
So we're at the end of week 1 of the blind test. Final thoughts, it's not bad. It's not one I'd probably buy again. Energy wise, a little bit of a jump. There's no real come down. Taste was good, but final thoughts, probably very average, maybe like 6.5 out of 10. So on to week 2 of the blind taste test. Smells like a generic kind of blue raspberry taste wise. It's got blue raspberry, it's got a very sour hit to it.
I have no idea what I took today. It tasted, obviously blue raspberry, pretty good. I think I made it too strong. The session was amazing. Got increases on everything. Massive pupils. Don't know what that was about. Felt like I was flying. Absolutely loved it. No crash. Still feel awesome. It's going to be a good week.
This one is clear as day. It's blue. Yeah, it definitely smells like it could be a blue raspberry, but let's give it a go and see how it tastes. So yeah, I'm sticking blue raspberry on that one. A bit grainy, like a crystallized feel at the end.
Starting on week 2, no idea what they are, what flavour they are. This is obviously flavour blue. Wonder what the ingredients are. It's gone very blue. This pre-workout, a bit disappointing. Didn't feel it did much at all. So far, so disappointing.
One thing I've noticed is you can spend hours like this and mixability would still be pretty shit. But it's still having magical effects in the gym.
Second session on the blind test week 2. Still shit.
Final thoughts on week 2. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a really good product the whole way through. No real kind of crashes on it. That's probably my favourite so far.
I'm still not impressed. In fact, it made me feel nauseous today. And I don't normally get nauseous on pre-workouts. I don't particularly want to take the last lot for the 4th session. I don't think it's very good. It's given me the tiniest of buzzes, the tiniest bit of energy, and a tiny bit of beta alanine tingles. If it turns out to be one of the really fucking good ones, or supposedly really good ones, then I'll look a bit of a twat.
It's been okay. It's been a steady pre-workout in the way of I've had a reasonable amount of energy to get me through an hour and a half session. On the drinking side of it, sort of crystallization at the bottom of it. Even with shaking it or giving it a swirl, you're still getting those crystals at the end. Taste isn't, it's alright, it's nothing bad, but for me it's just that crystallization. You're finding them in your teeth a little bit later on, and that sort of one you could probably take daily with no sort of bad reactions from it.
So we've got week 3 to try. It doesn't really smell of much taste-wise. I think the best way to put it is it tastes like kind of squash that's kind of been sat around for a couple of weeks in water.
Week 3 now. So far it's been going good. It's different, not having much of an idea of what you're testing, but it's quite interesting. For me it's drinkable, it tastes alright and it's smooth.
Week 3 is a delightful pink colour. Smells very fruity. Oh. Doesn't taste anywhere near as good as it smells. Kind of a bit bland. Just at the gym, definitely feel something on this one. But I can definitely feel, you know, that sort of liveliness, that energy. So hopefully we're in for a good session.
Week 3. I hope this has some magical benefits because it tastes like shit.
I've got to be honest, this for me feels more like a pre-workout for me. I'm getting really good energy from it. So far this feels like a pre-workout that I would be happy using on a regular basis.
So I finished week 3. I wasn't a fan. As I said before, I didn't really feel much effect from it. And taste-wise, it wasn't very nice. It's just, yeah, not one I particularly enjoyed.
Yeah, for me this has been best week of the 3 so far. It's a pre-workout that I could see myself using and actually buying myself.
End of week 3. And thank goodness the taste offends me, basically. I've not felt anything special during the sessions, and I definitely haven't really had any increases this week. It's not for me. It could be for you, but it's not for me. So we've not won in a disappointing session today. I may have mixed chemics in with week 3's pre-workout. About 10 minutes since doing that, and yeah, I feel pretty messy right now. I need to go and train.
I enjoyed that pre-workout. I've enjoyed it this week. It's given me good energy and focus. It's not the strongest I've ever had by any means, but I think it's a good sort of daily pre-workout when you don't want a massive kick up the arse. I think it's a fairly solid pre. I'd like to know what the ingredient panel is, because I don't have a clue, to see if my feelings and experience on it match up to the panel. But yeah, I would recommend week 3's pre-workout.
So we're on to week 4, the final week of the blind taste test. Smells very nice. Tastes very good. We'll see how we get on during the week.
So week 4, let's kick it off and see what we got. Okay, so taste wise I'm probably going to go with a fruit punch for that. Quite pleasant, to be honest.
It's the last week, week 4, and boy am I happy about this. Okay, this smells really good. Let's see. Fantastic taste.
It smells a little bit fruity. Sharp edge. Like a raspberry flavour. Initial thoughts on week 4's pre-workout. Actually turned out alright, but it was a bit of a slow burner. I powered through that workout, most of my weights were up. Seems to do the job quite nicely.
Week 4, I could only compare to getting with someone with a micro penis. I didn't feel a thing.
Yeah, week 4, I'm kind of not puzzled, but just the verdict's out on that one. I'm not 100% sure.
So, final thoughts on the week 4. Yeah, I quite liked it. It wasn't a strong one, so I don't know what it quite is yet. But yeah, I quite liked that. Wasn't the best out of them, but it certainly was not the worst of the 4 weeks.
Last week, last pre-workout, last day. I'm actually really loving the flavour. I think I said that before anyway, but I'm still loving the flavour. Kind of tastes like cherry. Let's see if I can feel something today.
So that's what our testers thought about the 4 products that they tested, but which one was their favourite and how are they going to react when they find out what they've been taking? This is the big reveal.
So it's time for the big reveal. Looking back over the weeks, week 1, energy-wise, I never had anything more than maybe what a reasonable cup of coffee would have given me. Week 2, energy-wise, it was actually pretty good for me. I was finding I could go sort of hour and a half on some of my sessions. The energy on week 3 I had was probably the best out of the bunch. Week 4, this one for me was a massive curveball. I wasn't sure, is it purely placebo effect from it, or is it actually down to the product? So what we've got here is week 1, 2, 3, and then last but not least, week 4. So week 1, Maximum Carnage by Alpha Neon. It was a raspberry lemon flavour, so for me I was a little bit off the mark there. I have seen of this product, but it's not one I've actually tried, but from what I've seen and heard from other people, it's up there as quite a good one. Quite pleasantly surprised by that one. So now, week number 2. Yeah, Defib by HR Labs. Iced Blue Slush. I used this outside of the blind testing and was really impressed with that. So for me, that's quite a consistent one in the sense of how I seen that one. So I'm really impressed with that. Let's have a look at week 3. For me, this could be the shocker because for me, this was the one that I think was up there as one of the better ones. A real shocker. Rage by Warriors. Yeah, I kind of think my radar possibly was off. This is usually seen as potentially quite a poor pre-workout. Yeah, I'm proper surprised by that one. And now week 4 was Ghost. Red berry flavour. I was quite close. I went with Fruit Punch. Yeah, and this is, again, seen as a pretty good pre-workout. To put them in the order of what I myself ranked them at, I had ranked this one as first. Like I say, really quite surprised by that. What more can I say? It's blind testing and we've not been led by what's on the tub or anything at all, so it has been purely down to how it's been for us. I really didn't expect, to be honest, to see Rage up there as probably my preferred pre-workout. That is the end of the 4-week testing. Yeah, it's been enjoyable.
I have some very specific instructions from Tariq here. I have my own scrawled crappy notes, and I have 4 envelopes. Overall, it was an interesting 4 weeks. I think weeks 1 and 2 were particularly pants. Weeks 3 and 4 were improved. Week 1's pre-workout I thought was the worst one out of the 4. Week 2's I got a little bit of a buzz, a little bit of energy, but really not much from it. Week 3's I thought was the best one of the 4. It smelled great, tasted crap, which can often be a sign of a good pre-workout when they taste bad. And then week 4's is the second best one, in my opinion. So let's open up week 1 first of all. What the fuck? Alpha Neon's raspberry lemon flavour. Apparently, this is a good one. And I didn't get on with it at all, so that's quite surprising. I genuinely thought it was the worst one. That's not one I've actually used before. Week 2's, which I thought was slightly better. Defib, one that I actually rate very highly. I bought myself some because I thought it was that good. And it actually made me feel a little bit nauseous, which is strange. The ones that I bought myself and the sachet samples I've tried, I got on very well with. So I wonder, I have to check with Tariq on that if we got the full 2-scoop serving or the advised or advertised, sorry, 1 scoop serving. Week 3's, which I thought was the best for me at the time. Oh no way, it can't be, fucking hell. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm not even going to say that, Tariq. I've been stitched up. Warrior Rage, we know that's crap. We know the dosage is crap. Savage Strawberry. It was pink and fruity. It tasted absolutely crap. Wow. I'll have to go and get some, aren't I? I'm gonna have to give this a go again, just to try it. That is supposed to be a terrible, terrible workout, and yet, actually out of the 4, it worked best for me. How strange. And number 4, which was the second best, Ghost. Not one I've tried before, one I have heard good things about. Pretty happy with that, I would say that was as expected. This has stunned me. Disgusted. So that's it, really. I mean, I really am shocked by that Warrior Rage one. I knew you'd throw something shit in, Terry, you twat. The only one out of the 4 I've tried before is Defib. And like I said, I've actually bought my own tub of it because I thought it was that good. And then this Warrior Rage. Fuck my life, I give it.
So, the moment me and you have all been waiting for, the big reveal. Week 4 was the absolute worst. Nothing, did nothing. I could have gone to sleep straight away. Followed by week 3. Now we're getting slightly better. Week 1, it definitely increased my ability to shift some damn heavy weights, but it was short lasting. Still impressed me. But here comes the Mac Daddy of the prees, and that had to be week 2. I'm sure if you see my videos, week 2's, I was absolutely flying. I trained that much harder in every session. I could just do everything and some. Very excited to find out what I was taking. Let's see. Start out with week 1. Maximum Carnage. Interesting, I've never heard of it. Apparently the rating is very good and the flavour is raspberry lemon. Week 2. Ooh, this is interesting. Defib by HR Labs. Ranking also very good. Week 3. Okay, explains all. Rage by Warrior. Rating, poor. Flavour, Savage Strawberry. And finally, week 4. Also explains everything. Ghost. Rating, good. The funny thing is, I wouldn't rank them any differently to how I ranked them. I can tell by these brands which would be awesome and which potentially wouldn't be. And the funny thing is, by blind testing them, it's worked out anyway how I would have ranked them, best to worst.
I'm gonna rate them. Best was week 2 by far. Then week 4, then week 1, and distinctly last was week 3. So Tariq's kind of sent us all the ones to have a look at. So we'll see what they actually were. And week 1, it was Maximum Carnage, which is quite surprising because I've used that before and I really liked it before. So yeah, week 2 was HR Labs with Defib, which I've heard nothing about good things before. I've actually tried it since and I loved it then. So I'm not surprised that was my best one. Week 3, this. Thanks, that Tariq. That's a fucking pile of shit. So thanks. Yeah. So thank you for that. Week 4 was the Ghost Pre, which again I've tried before. Before I thought it was again okay product. I am fairly surprised that Defib didn't hit me as hard with this as it has done when I've actually tried it. Knowing what it was and kind of the Maximum Carnage as well, I really liked that before. I mean, knowing what they were, I definitely would keep Defib Labs at the top. But I would probably put Maximum Carnage second. And the Ghosts have had it before and it's it's okay, and something special. And Rage, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So thanks to Tariq for sending these out and giving us some stuff to try, and yeah, it was fun.
Wow, those results were fairly surprising. I thought that weeks 1 and 2, Maximum Carnage and Defib would absolutely walk this test, but a lot of the testers were not impressed with them. Now, as Defib comes in a number of different flavors, I thought I'd see if we could take this experiment a little bit further. I sent out our testers sachets of Defib so that they knew what they were taking. Our review of Defib had also dropped, so I knew that they'd watched it and they knew that there was hype around this product. There was a lot of people very excited by the ingredients and the panel. Now, this is what happened when they took Defib knowing what it was.
So we've got some HR labs that Tariq sent us out. It has a really good taste as well. I have no idea what it actually tastes like, but really good. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm excited to try it. So I've tried both samples that Tariq sent out for the Defib. I really like it. Nice amount of caffeine, nice and high. A really nice amount of choline in it as well. And yeah, the sessions just flew. Really highly rate it. I'll probably get around to buying some when I need more.
That pre-workout is awesome. Can't say any more about it. Really, really good. I felt like I was on a fucking high, like I'd taken something and I was coming up. Haven't crashed, feel pretty damn good. Her workout was very good, very enjoyable. Like a sense of euphoria throughout. Just fucking great.
I gave it a go actually on a strongman competition I entered over the weekend. Absolutely brilliant. Personally, it was endless energy, kept me really going throughout all the events, really nice and strong. So yeah, for me, definitely one that I'd buy myself and would happily use it over and over.
So that's some really interesting results, and I'm going to try and make sense of them. I'm going to say, first of all, I am not a psychologist. I'm not qualified to give any kind of analysis of this, but these are just my thoughts. There's two things that are really interesting. The first one was the reaction to Defib before and after they knew what it was, and the second one was the fact that 2 people picked Warrior Rage. Objectively, a terrible product. So this is how I'm trying to make sense of the information that's come out of this test. I think this whole test has shown the power of perception. When you have an expectation that a product is going to be good, you may have a good workout because you've been sticking to a training program or you've been eating right or any other number of factors. But if you are expecting a pre-workout to be good, you will link that good workout to the pre-workout. You also have a psychosomatic response to certain things where you believe that a product is going to be doing you good. That would also explain how some of the bigger companies have continued to peddle shit like Curse, C4, those kind of terrible underdosed prop blend pre-workouts. Because their marketing budget's big, because they're everywhere, because you see them and the tub says it's going to be really good, to a certain extent you do have that experience with the product. Now, the Defib results were interesting because they were exactly the same doses. Everybody got a full dose during the trial, and they got the full dose with the sachets, and the only difference was the fact that they knew on the second test that Defib was a good product. It's a really interesting set of results. Now, the really troublesome part of this review is that 2 of our reviewers picked Warrior Rage, and I'm trying to get my head around it. Now, the only thing that I can think is that in weeks 1 and 2, the testers were operating in a knowledge vacuum. They really didn't know what to expect. Now, without that sense of perspective, nobody was really impressed with either product. When it came to week 3, Warrior Rage Savage Strawberry tastes terrible. Now, everybody knows, and I think one of our testers picked up, one of the signs of a good pre-workout, or certainly a strong pre-workout, is normally that it tastes bad. So I think 2 of our testers have kind of put 2 and 2 together and got 5, expected it to be a great product, and therefore their experience of using it was that it was. Now, based on its ingredients, based on its profile, it's certainly not a strong product. It's not a product that I'd recommend, and I'm really surprised that 2 of our testers picked it. But that's it. These are the real results. We're not going to doctor anything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, if you've got any thoughts on the outcome, drop it below in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear what you guys have to think. Thank you very much for sticking with this. I know this was a long video, so yeah, thanks very much, guys.